About 30 minutes away from the Millbridge Speedway is the Iredell County Fairgrounds, which will host tonight's DNQ Karting Series race. Some new and old faces will be battling here at the DNQ Series race here tonight. Let's go down and talk to James Stanley Jr., who has a great throwback ski.
Down here with Brian Vickers, getting ready to race your first race here at the fairgrounds. This thing is absolutely beautiful, pristine. Why would you bring something so nice to a racetrack like this?
I guess to tear it up. I don't know. I don't know why I make such a pretty piece and bring it out here to the fair, but Throwback Weekend's always fun. They always, do something special for the throwback deal. And I just want to come out here and show out. And Red Bull stuff's pretty cool. It's a good-looking piece. And I actually know Brian Vickers' cousin, grew up racing with him. So Brian actually used to race Phantom stuff when he was a kid. So it's pretty cool, kind of representing Brian out here on something that he used to do.
So if you put this thing in Victory Lane, what's the celebration going to be like tonight?
I guess Red Bull and beer. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Well, I get beer down in Victory Lane, so I don't know. Maybe we'll have something special later on. I don't know.
Look out for this sexy machine down there in Victory Lane later on tonight.
As the teams work on their karts to get everything just right for tonight's event, let's go down and talk to another driver who's done a lot of development on their stuff.
We're down here at Beef Tips Motorsports. You guys brought out some new shit here. Look at that. We've been in the wind tunnel with this machine. You guys have
just for the fair.
2 third-place finishes lately. You guys have been on fire. You're right there. Is that what is going to put you over the top here at the fair?
I hope so. I think it will. We just got it out of the wind tunnel. We saw the downforce numbers we're looking for. I think we'll be ready to go.
But was Beef Tips in it, or you when you saw that downforce? Because that's a big difference.
We need to go back and check that out. Hopefully, I think I was in it. I think we should be ready to go.
Ben, have you ever raced here at the fair?
I have not. I have 4 laps to figure it out.
Yeah,
and
well,
I gotta be ready to go on that 5th lap.
You absolutely do. Keep the rear axle out of that wooden wall down there, and you're going to get yourself another top 3.
Thanks for the advice, bud.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we have our own little competition going on here. It's DNQ DraftKings, and my picks for this race were Johnny Kidwell, Ben Murphy, and Eric Yost, and we have a bottle of whiskey on the line for the winner in here.
That's what I'm looking forward to the most. I got Kidwell, Flying Ryanair's, and Alex Lasagna on my picks. Hopefully, one of them will get done tonight.
Yeah, I think Kidwell's the favorite. We're all in congruence there, as the smart people say. But I think my man Shaw is going to change it up tonight. And I really want to lean on Oliverio. He's been fast lately, and Daddy's thirsty. I think he can get me that bottle.
We'll see how this plays out and how the next 2 races play out to see what happens tonight here as these drivers try to tackle this tricky racetrack. Well, speaking of the racetrack, Brad and Eddie are down there right now, and they're going to take us on around a quick tour of this Iredell County Fairgrounds racetrack.
What makes the Iredell County Fairgrounds so tough, one of the things here in turns 3 and 4 is this berm right here on the inside. It's very easy when you try to jam your nose underneath somebody here to get your left front riding up on this berm. If you get your left front up on that berm, you're going to wash up the racetrack, and what that's going to do is shoot you right over here to LJ McCleary turn 4. Without a doubt, the most treacherous part of the fairgrounds is this wall right here in turn 4, dubbed the McCleary Wall. As you can see, it will sneak up on you. The wall fades away, and just as you think you're good, it kinks right back in about 3 feet. This will catch many drivers out. If you touch your right rear on that, your axle is done.
Well, thanks, Brad. Now we get down here into turn 1, and right before you want to make that pass, you door the living shit out of somebody right before you enter turn 1. When you enter turn 1, the nose wants to take a set, and we call that the start of the rocking chair. The nose takes a set, you're going to pivot through that apex of that corner, and then the rear end's going to squat. You're going to get that jump off the corner. This is Martinsville Speedway here at the Iredell County Fairgrounds. Just like Martinsville, you got to get that rocking chair going on to get that drive off and get all that camber for the entry turn.
Thanks, Eddie. Exit of 2 right here. Very difficult corner. We've seen Storm and Tim Norman. We've seen John Jarrell. We've seen Eddie DeHaan have a lot of trouble here. Storm and Tim Norman hit the outside wall, cut across, ended up in the infield. Thanks to the DNQ safety initiatives, he's still alive. That was very touch and go for a moment, but turn 2 right here, Watch this. This is going to be where the action is later on.
Well, at the exit of turn 2 is the backstretch. And I'm not sure whether it's the fried Oreos, the funnel cakes, the waffle bellies, whatever it is that makes this corner extra greasy off of 2. We see a lot of people make contact with the outside wall down here in the corner. Now, this corner right here, the exit is straighter than the front stretch, but do not let that deceive you. Some of these guys will make some mistakes and end up climbing this fence as well. And that's where they get into that corner, the entry into 3, where Brad is right now. And we're going to talk about him and Dan Eisenhower got into it down there one year, and it was one heck of a battle. Those two almost came to blows. Brad, what about this corner down here?
At the end of the night, turn 3, this is where everybody stops as we wait to get off the exit of the track there and go over the scales. We've seen a lot of action here over the years. I know myself, I've been involved here with Dan Eisenhower after a couple door shots, a couple of noses and bumpers got thrown. We've seen Timmy Nye flip his own go-kart over here in turn 4. If the ruckus is going to go down, if fists are going to come to cuffs, right here in turn number 3, as we're getting off the scales, this is where it's going to happen. I'm sure there's going to be police sitting right over here off turn 4 by the end of the night.
Cool. That's a lap around. Let me see if this...
All right, guys, let's check out some heat racing, and that's what we did here at the Iredell County Fair. Starting with the USAC Series, Adam Welsh went off to a strong lead in this first heat.
It's a beautiful looking track. Got some rain earlier, but Jeremy was able to run it in really nice. Perfectly smooth, slick track. We got one around in turns 1 and 2. I don't know who that is.
Mark Durgan went for a spin there, but I mean, you would think that this track would be really hard on these karts, as Adam Welsh went on to win the first heat here in the Pit Stop Performance USAC Series. He was on a rail the other night here when they ran the buggies, and he's just flying here tonight.
Yeah, Tatooja's there is trying to run him down, but that SKE chassis, we talk about the shorter wheelbase on that go-kart.
Oh, God.
It really helps. We got 1 upside down and 3 and 4 literally knocking the wall down here.
Heat number 2, Kyle Beatty started on the pole, and we had a couple other really good drivers, Mike Melton in here, John Kidwell. But once again, SKE seems like they've figured something out here at the Iredell County Fairgrounds that nobody else has.
Yeah.
It's that shorter wheelbase. It helps that kart cut in these tighter corners, especially when the track is this slick from the rain. It takes a little bit extra, and you can see people starting high, working low. Remember, that track gets real narrow coming off of 4 as it narrows in the front straight there, so that line's working for a lot of people.
Yeah, these treads really changed the game here at the Iredell County Fairgrounds too, as Beatty takes the win.
Cup Series heat races. Lazy Eye Levi Hurley and Robert Showalter started on the front row of this first heat, and there's Chris Bailey, and he was in the back here after practice. And Jimmy Allen's back in action here as well. It's good to see him out trying to make the race.
All the Allens are out there. I think there was like 3 or 4 of them. None of them ran worth a damn, but they were all out here in force. Almost as many as the Kyle Beatty SKE Motorsports camp. They brought the whole stacker trailer and everything.
Hey, you can see Bailey trying to make his way through the field. He's always got a good handling go-kart. It's just it's tough to pass through. You have to get the chrome horn out, and the leaders are kind of pulling away from him.
Levi Hurley went on to take the win in heat number 1. Heat number 2 saw Welsh and Beatty on the front row with his other SKA buddy Mike Contarino. As they went green, Dylan Latour trying to make his Cup Series start. Another Allen, Ed Weinstein, and Tyson Freeze towards the back of this field, trying to make this feature here tonight.
That's a name that we never hear trying to make the race. Normally he's up there all the way at the front. Watch for him later on.
Dylan Latour went for a spin during the heat that re-racked the whole field. We saw Adam Welsh and Kyle Beatty battle it out again for the win in this heat.
The running order, much like Fairfolk DNA, is all mixed up here. The fair really throws a wrench into things, especially with the rain we have. You really got to push to see people running the outside. Inside still the way to go. Freeze on the bottom with 1 to go. Who was that out in front? He really stomped everyone out. They had a good go-kart set.
Adam Welsh took that win, and Austin Allen actually locked himself into the feature as Dylan Latour spun again. And that was the Cup heat number 2. So this was heat number 3 for the Cup Series. Had a lot of Cup entries. Mark Ellis in that beautiful Dale Jr. number 8, and James Stanley in the 84, the Brian Vickers machine. I would be scared to bring these out on track, Bill.
Yeah, those things look so nice. That 83 machine is immaculate inside and out. This is definitely not the race to bring that to, but as we've seen many years prior to this, great weekend to bring out the throwbacks, and they came out amazing. Oh God.
It's just Sean Allen riding the wall there, Jay-Z. I mean, some of these this heat was full of cautions and actually pretty good racing.
Yeah, there's no banking here to catch you like at Millbridge. It's very flat. You have to get off the gas, turn the go-kart. It takes a lot of skill to get around here. And it's catching a lot of guys off guard. That wall, get out there and bite you. 8 carts running away from everybody. He's really hooked up. If someone gets turned around, that was like Bubba and Larson there.
Mickey Harshaw went for a spin off of Curtis Markham's front bumper. Went back green here in heat number 3, and these guys are fighting for a top 4 spot. So they would transfer if they finished 4th or better. We only have 14 spots, so this started getting a little dicey.
Yeah, one thing to watch here is the inside berm. As you can see, Markham and Mekki Hakkinen hung up on that berm. That's new for this year. Normally that's just grass, and as the race goes on, you can get your left front down lower and lower and lower into that grass. Normally there's a little bit of speed there, a little bit of grip, but not this year. You get on that berm and you're going to get hung up and spun around and go straight to the back.
Yeah, the left.
Mark Ellis took the white flag, and he also took the checkered to win heat number 3, Jay-Z, and he looks like to be pretty strong as well.
Yeah, that cart's turning in real nice. He can hold the line. He's running about a full car length up, which is something the rest of the drivers should watch here tonight.
National Championship Series heat number 1. This was pretty interesting. 6 carts in this one. Alex Lozano, one of our picks. And the 71 machine with a sub driver and Zach Smith. I mean, these guys are racing for a national championship. You know it's going to get dicey, especially in a heat race.
Yeah, I got my eye on that number 2 machine, Alex Lasagna. He was my peasant pick here in D&Q Kings. That thing looking really nice here for throwback night too. Hung out on the outside. Let's see if he can get down. He does. Now he's in a good spot. That thing doesn't know if it's tight or loose.
I think with these treads, these guys really want to catch some of the fresh moisture on the outside of the turn. So you'll see them slide up the racetrack, and whoever hits that berm on the outside of 4 first seems to get the best run as Lasagna's trying to make his way into the transfer
Prep wore
spot.
off, and that thing is plowing like a dump truck now. Look at that thing.
Lasagna and Smith had one epic battle there for heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 for the National Championship Series saw Austin Compton and John Kidwell, who is pretty much everybody has decided that John Kidwell is going to be their guy for the race here tonight. And these guys had another great battle as well.
Yeah, John Kidwell here at the fair is kind of like picking Denny Hamlin at Darlington. I mean, he's just going to be up front. You know, he's going to be your guy. Everybody's going to pick him. So if he gets taken out, it's no big deal. Everybody loses him. But everybody picked Kidwell for good reason, as he's out front stretching his legs.
One pick that surprised me was Ben Murphy and Beef Tips Machine. They're struggling here tonight. I don't understand why. It's just a different track, I guess.
Yeah, it takes a different notebook everywhere you go. This track throws a real wrench at people's setups. Again, there's no banking to lean on. You really got to use the brake and the gas as the top 4 sailed to transfer through.
And heat race number 3 saw Anthony Kidwell absolutely destroy the field.
Pit Stop Performance USAC Series starting lineup. Adam Welsh will start on the pole with Mickey Harshaw on the outside pole.
Number 2, Kyle Beatty and Steven Tauges.
Row 3, we got Mike Conrino and Matt Linker.
Row number 4, John Kidwell and Stephen Broy, KPG teammates.
Moback and Anthony Kidwell.
Dylan Freeman and Mike Melton make up the next row.
Dick Timmons and Colby Dry next row. That'll round out the field. Sorry. For the Fit Stop Performance USAC Series Champ Buggies 425. Traded tires. Man, this is made for some great racing, and that's probably not going to change here at the Iredell County Fairgrounds. Always in a great place to come race at as we watch these guys pace the field. Ought to be pretty interesting to see what Mike Melton is going to see from his in-cart camera here tonight as we go green.
Can't get a better racing surface than prep tonight. I mean, look at that thing. It's like glass perfectly slicked over. Good racing already on lap number 1. They're side by side. Moback trying to make his way up through there. Dick Timmons a little bit out of shape.
Tatuji's been coming on strong as of late. We've been calling his name more and more. He's holding down the second spot as Connerito's on the inside in the middle of a hornet's nest. He pushes up off the corner as we're on board the Magic Mike Melton. He tries to hold the bottom, and folks, you'll see people lose that bottom. He has to lift. He doesn't get the good run off the top. He gets a little bit of a gentlemanly help on the bottom, a little bit of room, and it's crazy here at Iredell County Fair tonight.
You know what's crazy is you watch Kidwell up top there, and he's holding serve there with Melton, even though he has the preferred lane.
Yeah, I think we see a little bit of a good driver on the outside there. His hands are still. He gets back to the gas sooner, carries that momentum off the turn, and a straighter shot, especially when that track narrows as you come off the turn here at Iredell County Fair.
Adam Welsh absolutely walking the dog on this field. Tauge is trying to do everything that he can to keep him in his sights, but man, that's going to be a big gap to fill. Makes you wonder if he's trying to save his tires for later on. I mean, this track is really packed in hard and fast, so maybe he's saving that right rear and Welsh is burning it up.
One thing I've noticed on Welsh's kart, and JZ you may have as well, is how far the left front tire sticks out compared to everybody else. Everybody else has got it sucked in. His is way far out there when you look at it coming by.
Yeah, that just helps that corner, and that's that mechanical jacking we talk about. The farther that left front sticks out, when you're turning the wheel left, it pushes the left front down farther, transferring more weight. So everyone else has to crank a shit ton of wheel in to try to get it to turn, and he just flicks the wrist, and that thing turns over. It's one's over 2, 3 times, 4 go-karts involved, big wreck on the back stretch.
Stephen Broy goes for a flip down the back stretch. Man, that was an acrobatic wreck. Let's take a look at that again. Looks like Linker got into him.
Oh.
Big flip there from Broy. He's okay.
Yeah, Linker just flat out put him in the fence there, and with these open wheels, there's no nose in the front of these go-karts. He just got put in the wall. This will be a good camera angle here, folks. Keep an eye on this one.
Boom. Ooh. Tough break for Stephen Broy. Just shot right into the outside wall. Had a good night going as well there, Bill.
He was one of his best runs so far this year, finally getting his act together, and here we see it from Mike Melton as he's spinning like a top on the backstretch. Melton able to get by there unscathed. Yeah, just got put in the wall.
This is very Austin Dillon at Daytona-esque, that flip right there.
All right, here we go. Going to start another restart. Adam Welsh, our leader, absolutely dominating this event as he takes the green. Back underway. I mean, we've raced here before, Bill, but with these open wheels, it's got to be pretty tough.
Yeah, we've seen some wicked wrecks, even with the closed fenders in the Cup Series. But with these open wheels, you got to be even more cautious, and we know that isn't really in anybody's vocabulary here at D&Q.
Mike Contarino having a great run in second, as third is a heck of a battle there between Tauges, Matt Linker, and whoever's in the other car. I think it's Mickey Harshaw. Never mind, Tauges just got dumped by Linker.
Linker is not making any friends here this evening. That's 2 people he's roughed up pretty well. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a contingent waiting at his trailer after the race.
Yeah, he's watched a little bit too much Ross Chastain this year, and he's won some races, so maybe he thinks that he can win them here. That's not going to go over well because they will wreck you back here in the DNQ Series, as looks like Mike Contarino all over Bad Kitty Adam Welsh. No gloves, really got the feel in that cart tonight.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job, probably spotting him about 20 pounds as well.
At least.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Contarino's run right now. We were talking about how Kitty was waxing it earlier in the race, but Connerino, his kart looks good. It's good on entry. He's not sliding too much, losing momentum coming off the turn. He looks great tonight.
There it is, our 5 to go caution. We'll see if Contarino's got anything for Adam Welsh here in the final closing laps.
Kitty takes the outside. I don't know about
We've
that,
talked
Bill.
about this before where people don't change their setup all year and eventually the track comes to them. This might be one of those nights for Contarino.
It could be, but he loses a spot there in the 5 to go restart as a Lincoln gets into someone else, turns them around. Oh,
Stephen
boy.
Broy involved in that. Mike Melton, Matt Linker. Just all over everyone tonight. Just Broy, I don't know. That might be on Broy. He took it 4 wide there on Linker. I don't think it's his fault. Looking at it again, Broy came from the cheap seats to make a shot and just couldn't pass it. Tough break for those guys. I mean, you hate to see that. And then he's taking out Moback and my goodness. I bet there's a heck of an onboard camera from Mike Melton here.
No.
Yeah, nothing you can do. Nothing you can do there. Tough break for those guys again. I'm surprised Stephen Broy's actually out there racing still after that flip.
That was a hell of a
Hey,
lick.
as many people as can get taken out here in one lap, I mean, he might be able to get a top 5 out of this deal.
Back green. See what happens here. Only a few laps left. Adam Welsh in the lead. Beatty second. Towges sideways on Linker and Broy. Gosh, dude.
Can't catch a break, Stephen Broy.
I don't know even who to blame there on that one. That'll bring out another caution. And we're going to go single file because we cannot get our shit together. Here we go. Adam Welsh will lead with only about 2 or 3 laps left. He'll take the green with Kyle Beatty in second. Contarino I thought would be a little bit better than this, and John Kidwell in 4th.
Pair of them SKEs up front. They brought the whole contingency out tonight, and it's definitely paid off. They've got this Iredell County Fairgrounds dialed in as who's driving that? Is that Dick Timmons in the 2?
I think that might be Moback.
Moback's driving the 2?
I have no idea. We're going to go back green, though. It's either him or Dick Timmons. I can't remember
One
which
of
one.
those
I think
two.
it was Moback. Kidwell jumped a cushion on entry there. We've seen that happen a couple times here at the fair. And he's going to slide back to about 6th or 7th place. As this is a race of attrition as the white flag is out. Welsh down the back stretch by himself, and he is just going to wear him out tonight. He's going to take the win in the Pit Stop Performance USAC Series feature.
Adam Welch led flag to flag there, an SKE 1-2-3 finish. You've really turned it on the last couple of weeks. What have you found in these carts?
We just, they're essentially purpose-built carts for this treaded racing, which has no grip, and we got a ton of grip in these things tonight. And we came out here and we ran the Friday night fair race with Millbridge Speedway, and kudos to them for putting on the event. It gives us some extra track time. That right there completed over 200 laps I've run here this week, so I got a little bit of an advantage with laps, but the cart's on fire, and Kyle finished second. Kudos to SKE on that. And we got our first 1-2-3 with SKE, so we swept the podium. How can you not be happy about that?
A little bit of laps, got that thing dialed in. Bad Kitty Adam Welch takes home another one tonight.
Escape Pool Cup Series. Mark Ellis will start on the pole with Lazy Eye Levi on the outside.
Bobby Showtime and Tyson Freeze up front, row number 2.
Row 3, Stevie Johns and Todd Chaffee in the 55X.
Austin Allen and James Stanley will be in the next row.
Row number 6, Zach Campolonia and Mike Contarino back for more.
Row 7, Bob Wideman and Mickey Hershaw.
Kyle Beatty will round out the field for the Cup Series. We have got some weather on the way, so we're going to try our best to get this feature in. We can see the lightning off of 3 and 4. Not a big deal in D&Q. Escape Pool Cup Series 410, clones. You know the deal. Looking for that beautiful championship trophy at the end of the year. Starting to sprinkle there, Jay-Z, and you know what that means. We better get halfway. You can see it on the racetrack already.
Yeah, the front row is just hoping it pours. We get a couple laps into halfway, and maybe they can sneak out of here with a win. We'll see how it plays out. I'm sure it'll be hectic those first couple laps as no one wants to be in the back. They got to get to the front.
Yeah, looking like a
20
lot
laps.
of thumbs up from the drivers there. They want to go racing, so we're going to let them.
10 laps is all we need to get in here at the fair, which, depending on driver talent, could happen, could not happen as well. See how this plays out as Kyle Beatty gets out there. There's the lightning in the background. We're on board with Robert Showalter. He's going to show us some great onboard views. And hopefully we get at least a halfway here. We'll see what happens.
God, that Mark Ellis machine looks good.
Oh, my gosh.
That's got to be an all-time best body for DNQ series. That and the old Bobby Allison body we had a few years back.
Green flag, we're underway, and I guess Adam Wells started on the pole, not Mark Ellis. I don't know why I did that.
Fuck.
It's already made.
Yeah.
Welsh has got a lot of laps around this place, whether it's a mini outlaw, one of these, a buggy. I mean, he does a very good job here at the fair every time we come as we're on board with Showalter. Doesn't look like that moisture is really affecting him too much right now on the track.
No, sometimes a little bit of moisture will make them stick. Get the track a little bit tacky. Looks like that's what's going on here.
Yeah, and with these treads, there's a little bit different, grip of the way that the karts make their grip. These prep tires had a totally slick surface, a little bit of water, really threw them for a loop. But 26 goes around here, brings out a yellow for us.
Oh, no, the rain is coming. We were staying green. Yeah. It's like, hurry up.
No,
yeah,
makes sense.
Levi Early goes for a spin. Showalter in second now with Mark Ellis and Tyson Freeze right on his back bumper. He's doing a good job of holding them behind him as Welsh is starting to take off from the field again.
Welsh just got this place dialed in, that's for sure, as we got another one around in turns 1 and 2. That will bring out the caution.
Yeah. Austin Allen, and now you can see there's a little bit more moisture on the track than there was before as we go back green. Drivers are okay with it. We didn't get any thumbs down. So here we go. Welsh leading. Ellis in second. As they head down the backstretch, Mickey Harshaw goes for a spin. He better right that ship. Unless you're stuck on a berm, we are not throwing the caution right now. We are trying to get to halfway. And Adam Welsh looking for that 10-lap marker to call this thing official.
Yeah, Ellis and Freeze have sort of got their act together. They're single file. They're going to run him down as we're on board here with Bobby Showtime. He's in the he gets turned around. He's against the wall.
Tough break for Showalter, and you can see all that moisture on that camera. It's starting to rain quite a bit here. If we get another caution, it's probably going to be over.
Yeah, we got some hands up there going around the outside, but Tyson Freeze, who's run really well here in the past, knows he's a veteran racer, knows he's got to push Ellis up there if they're gonna catch Welsh. James Stanley in that 83 as well, trying to make some moves here because he knows the rain is coming, and halfway, it looks like slick out of 4 right now. Everybody knows it's go time. Look at that raining. We're going to get a caution here in a minute.
The caution is for rain. Stanley happened to wreck in it. And that's what it did. The weather is here. The race is official. Going to make Adam Welsh our winner. We're going to point out Mark Ellis having a great run in second place.
Yeah, Kyle Beatty coming from tail of the field all the way up to third. Incredible run by him.
Yeah, Freeze did pretty well. Ellis was there. I'm surprised, Contarino didn't get up there. He had a good run going in the USAC series. Thought we'd see a little bit more out of him this evening.
And this is how the national championship will line up for the next race. It'll be a double header with Ryan Ayre starting on the pole in the first feature with John Kidwell on the outside pole.
Yeah, Anthony Kidwell, Jeremy Morris, Austin Compton, and Ratchet Jaws Teasley will round out your top 6.
Yeah, Chris Allison, Damian Jenks, and Zach Smith. Smith has had some good performances this week, or this season, I should say. I'm excited to see what we can do for the last couple races of the season.
Of course, there's a couple sub-drivers in there as well. Teasley will probably unsub for some of those guys as we look at the Pit Stop Performance USAC Series feature we had earlier. Adam Welsh, winner. Mike Contarino, man, he had a really good piece, just couldn't put it all together here tonight.
Yeah, the Kidwells in 4th and 5th, we usually see them running away with it, but those SKE chassis really put a hurting on the field this evening. Contarino was there for a while in the middle of the race, but SKE's got something figured out.
Yeah, Stephen Broy somehow managed to finish, and great on him. Dow just went around about 14 times, and Dick Timmons with a rough night.
Rough night for Dick. Tough break. Well, I want to thank you guys for checking out this Iredell County Fairgrounds, especially all the people that were here. Unfortunate for the washout, and that just seems to be how the D&Q season is going. Lots of rainouts.
It's been like that all over the country. Yes, Saturday night rolls around, Friday night rolls around, and people just hope to get the show, and it's been crazy this season.
Yeah, it leads to a lot more bush lattes in the trailers. Nobody's too upset about that. I guess if you can't race, might as well drink beer. And that's what we're going to do here at the Iredell County Fairgrounds.
Well, we'll see you guys at the next race. Thanks for tuning in, and we got the National Championship doubleheader coming up next week.